A Hall of Fame ski racer joins us here in the studio. We speak with the amazing Paralympic ski racer, Sarah Will. Then we hit the courts with the Vail Mountain Huskies girls basketball team as they prepare for their first game. All this right here on the screen. Welcome to the Scoreboard. I'm your host, Brett Ferraro, and we have an amazing show for you today. First, we speak with the amazing Paralympic gold medalist, Sarah Will, all about her career and what she's up to now. And then we head over to the Vail Mountain basketball courts where we talk to the girls basketball team about how they're starting to ramp up their season. All this and more right here on the Scoreboard. Recently, our very own Maddie Evans got to sit down with Sarah Will here in the studio on Good Morning Vail. Sarah is a very accomplished Paralympic skier with 12 gold medals in 4 Paralympic Games. She is now an advocate for people with disabilities here in the Vail Valley. Let's see what she has to say.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now that ski season is upon us, it's always exciting to talk about some of the incredible athletes that we have here in the community. And so we've got a total Wonder Woman of Paralympic skiing joining me first thing this morning. Sarah Will. Good morning, Sarah.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. You have quite the impressive ski career. As we were talking on the phone and I was looking at all of the medals you've won, you have 12 medals under your belt.
It was a good run. 4 Paralympic Games, a lot of gold medals, and I learned so much from each and every game and try to bring the lessons that I learned from other countries back into my own life and back into my community. And sometimes that's difficult when to keep on following the herd, and sometimes I feel like I'm following the herd right off the cliff. So the things that I learned in other countries, like bringing your own hand towels, so you always have it in your purse, and you never take anything home. There's no waste.
Right.
And in Lillehammer, Norway, they took all of the athletes' housing and they shipped them in. They were mobile homes so that they could be shipped back out after the games, which was incredible. They could use them for student housing or for our aging communities, for retirement homes. And they left the places exactly the way they were before the games. Everything, all the signage was made out of cardboard and biodegradable within a couple of months.
Which is something that you don't think about having a big, huge impact, but it would have such a large impact. Now, I was very young when the 2002 Salt Lake Games happened, but I lived in Salt Lake at the time, and it brought that city to life in a way that I have never experienced again. And so that was kind of the last big competition with the Paralympics that you were part of. So let's talk a little bit just about your career in skiing and how you found the motivation to push through and then just become this whirlwind of a skier.
It started when I had a ski accident in 1988, and I knew how to ski. I was a ski racer growing up, so I could still feel what a ski felt like. So a ski is a ski.
Right.
And at the time it was early on in our sport, and we were just trying to feel out of our equipment. And once you felt a ski really arc, it was incredible. You could be on any mountain, any hill, travel the world. The opportunities were endless.
Which is so incredible, and it's so incredible to hear that, because skiing is something that has been in my family for so long, and my dad always drives that home. He's like, if you can feel that ski, you can know where you're lining that ski up, then you can make it down any part of the mountain. And so to hear your aspect of having it before and then continuing after the accident and knowing that you could trust that ski, you could put that faith in that ski to make that arc and then take it and create this entire career out of it is amazing.
It's remarkable, and everything that I do, I could never have done by myself. I mean, this is skiing, you're already voluntarily disabling yourself as soon as you put on ski gear, and your family. And for a disabled, for an adaptive skier, we have so much equipment, and it weighs a lot. So from the time I get to my car, the people surrounding me in this community are so helpful with getting my equipment from point A to point B, or helping me into my car. I drive a truck, and as I get older, it's certainly more difficult. So even when I go to the supermarket, the key to my independence is knowing how to ask for help. And that is always a difficult thing for everybody to do, because they don't feel that that's necessary or that they should handle things by themselves. And it's because of the people around me who know more than me that enable me to do more with my own life.
Which I think is so cool, and it's so cool that you're here in our community and you're a huge advocate, and so you do this really incredible consulting here, and so let's talk a little bit about it, because it makes a difference for everyone.
It makes a huge difference. We live in a mountain community in a valley. Parking is at a premium, and ADA parking it was popular in the 1990s when it first came out, but we seem to be losing a little bit of our enthusiasm, but not for, this isn't, the ADA is a law, and it's very easy to follow. Even putting down your parking space for your business is not just putting down the blue symbol in the middle, it's making sure that there's an aisle that's around it so that somebody with a mobility aid could get out and have the room. Otherwise, we're going to take up 2 spaces.
Right. Which makes it challenging, and so this is something that, especially in a mountain town where we see people rushing to get to the mountain, rushing to get to first chair, maybe they're not paying attention as they're pulling into that spot next to the ADA spot, and it's important that you leave that room, and so that's what you do in your career as you consult. And so this is something that not only you have started, but you've taken with you and you've made a difference.
It wasn't easy to be the squeaky wheel when you're the well-liked ski racer in the community. So it was quite the transition. But I was on the 10th anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act as a sponsored athlete, and I had the opportunity to go to 3 different states, and I ended up in Washington, D.C. sitting next to somebody in a power chair who was a lawmaker, and they said to me, so it's great to see you on all these ads and on TV, and so what do you do for the cause? And I really didn't have much to say.
Right.
And it shocked me. And when I got back to my own community and the Bridge Street project started, there was an issue with the cobblestones. They were very rough cut. So somebody else laid down a smooth path for me, and it was really important that we lay down a smooth path in a new building project. And if you notice, in the middle of Bridge Street, it used to be a drainage ditch about this wide. Now we widened it and we flipped the stones upside down so that they're smooth on the other side. That's why you see people never want to get off that path.
Right.
And I petitioned in the 4th of July parade saying, this is for our returning veterans, for our aging generations, for our Ferragamo shoes, for people with disabilities.
Right.
So that it affects everybody. And you align yourself with the delivery truck drivers who may be spending more time and money each time they deliver because it's a rough street. More time is more money for us. So to come up with building projects that are universally accessible for everybody makes just good business sense, and it works for everybody.
It does work for everybody. Now, you've had this incredible career in skiing, and you have made it really a big part of your life. So if there are any people at home that are watching who may have disabilities, who would like to get out there and enjoy the snow the same way you have, what piece of advice would you give them?
To keep pushing through and find those organizations that, like Small Champions, they've been around in the Valley forever, for as long as I can remember, and they serve children with disabilities. I don't want to say disabilities. I used to be on the disabled ski team, and now it's the abilities. So all sorts of young people with different abilities. There's horseback riding, skiing, and they can work directly with the Vail Adaptive Ski Program, who does a great job, not only outreach to the community, but now we are back to training our lift operators, and we're just so grateful because we're all one unit between the lift operators and the people who are on the mountain. They're experts in their field. They actually wrote the National Forest Service book on how to accommodate people with disabilities. So much started in this valley, and you just have to look up the nonprofit that would serve your children and your people the best.
Sarah, thank you so much for coming in, giving us all this great information, and congratulations on the career you have built. And honestly, I think that you are a total Wonder Woman.
Thank you. I'm confused.
Make sure that you check out the nonprofits here in our community because they're so incredible. And if you see Sarah around, make sure that you stop and say hi because she is absolutely an amazing human being. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue talking all things ski, so stay tuned.
Things are starting to get cold outside, so we head indoors to the Battle Mound basketball courts, where we meet up with the girls' basketball team and talk to their coach about how they are starting to ramp up their season. Let's take a look. Hello, everyone. We are here at the Battle Mound basketball courts talking with Coach Daniel of the girls' Huskies basketball team. Daniel, I hear it's your first year head coaching. Is that true?
Yep, this is my first year taking over the program, so.
How are you feeling about that?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to a really good season. I think we've got a really good group of girls, so I'm excited for the opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. Is there anything you're super nervous about doing, being a head coach for your first year?
No, there's nothing really that I'm super nervous about. You know, I had a really good mentor in Coach Schupler last year, and think that opportunity to be assistant for him the last couple seasons really helped me be prepared for this opportunity.
And how many years have you been with the Huskies basketball program?
So I've been with the program the last 2 years as the assistant varsity coach.
Very exciting. And I hear you guys are playing in the Niwot basketball tournament later this week. How are you feeling prepared going into that tournament?
Yeah, we'll be down at the Niwot tournament Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I feel like we've got a really good game plan going into it. We've got a really good group, and I think we're prepared for the challenges that we'll face down there with some good teams down from Denver.
Oh, it'll be a really exciting start to your season. Get to throw your weight around with some other big teams in the area. Can you just tell me a little bit about your history with basketball? What sort of got you into the game?
Yeah, so I actually played down at Vail Christian, just a couple miles down the road here. Grew up in the valley, so you know it was a really good opportunity to play for Coach Coons over there. He's a really good mentor to me. And that's really where my love for coaching started with Coach Coons being such a good mentor over there, and you know I really just took off from there. Really found a passion for it, and you know started coaching as soon as I graduated from college.
Awesome. You are just starting your season out. How many seniors do you think are on your team this year?
Yeah, so we've got 2 seniors. We got Cassidy Kurt, who returns from playing varsity last year for us, and we've got Haley Grant, who will put in the work down in the post for us this year.
Oh, very exciting. So 2 seniors. It seems like it's going to be a relatively young team. How are you feeling about your prospects for the season?
Yeah, we've got a young group, but we've got a really ambitious group, a group that's really eager to prove themselves with some of the teams on the Western Slope. I think we've got a really good chance of competing for the Western Slope title if things really work out the way we plan for them to. Put in the work every day and come committed and with a good attitude.
Oh, absolutely. That's so great to hear. For the rest of the season, what are some of the main focuses of practice been are going to be with such a young group? Are you teaching them sort of the basics, or are you trying to get more advanced stuff out through them?
Yeah, so with a young group, with a group that hasn't played a whole lot of varsity, you know, we're starting relatively simple here at the beginning, really just getting their feet wet and getting them some opportunities and experience. But after that, you know, I think with the ambitions and the character of this group, I'm really looking to push the envelope with what they can do, get up and down the floor a little bit, and just push some teams. So.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a very competitive season. It's going to be a really fun season to watch. I was wondering if you had any sort of highlight players that you're thinking are going to be those to look out for the coming season.
Yeah, I would say definitely with her experience returning, I would say Cassidy Kurtz, one of those players that definitely be on the lookout for. We've got a couple juniors, and Alessandra Caballero and Anna Glass, that return with some varsity experience, and they'll really push the group. You know, we've got some juniors and some sophomores on that varsity team, and I think those three players will really anchor what this team can do this year.
Awesome. And of course, coaching is not just a solo activity. You must have a full team behind you. Do you want to shout out any of your assistant coaches while you're here?
Yeah, so I've got a fantastic group of assistants, Coach Brittany Wong, Coach Nikki Petrovsky, and Coach Pete Petrovsky. They're a fantastic group, and you know, without them, you know, the support's not there as strong as it would be, but they've been excellent, and I couldn't thank them more for all the work they do every day.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a full team trying to build up this team as well. Is there anything that you've learned from some of the more experienced coaching of some of these people in your early days as a head coach?
Yeah, I mean, definitely from some of my mentors, like I mentioned earlier, you know, Coach Coons down at Vail Christian and Coach Schupler the last couple of years. You know, just taking it one day at a time, really trying to build a culture of togetherness, and really getting these girls to buy in. You know, all of these girls are excited and eager, and day by day they're getting stronger as a group, and I'm excited to see what that group can do.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a very exciting season. I can't wait to see you guys start, and I can't wait to see how well you guys do in Niwot. Well, Coach, thank you very much for talking with me today. It's going to be a great season coming up.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
We have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to talk to some of the amazing athletes on the Battle Mountain girls basketball team. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. When we left off, we were talking to the coach of the girls basketball team. Now, let's look at some of the players and see how they're getting ready to start their season. Hello everyone, welcome back. We are here at the Battle Mountain High School talking to some of the captains of the girls basketball team. Ladies, why don't you mind introducing yourselves to our viewers?
I'm Anna Glass. I'm a junior at Battle Mountain, and I'm a post for the basketball team.
I'm Haley Grant. I'm a senior at Battle Mountain, and I'm also a post for the basketball team.
My name is Sarah Hawkins. I am a senior, and I am a post manager.
I'm Alessandra Caballero. I'm a junior, and I'm a point guard, shooting guard.
Awesome. And ladies, if you don't mind just saying why you got into basketball, sort of what do you like about the sport / was there a specific event that got you into playing basketball to begin with? And we'll start down there and move that way.
I started playing basketball because I really look up to my older sister. I thought it was really cool that she was out there playing, so I really wanted to do that too.
My story is also similar to that. I had older siblings who were into the sport and they got me into it, but it's just a very fun, aggressive, and fast game.
Mine's also similar. My brother used to always play basketball. He loves doing it, and I thought it looked fun, so I wanted to try it.
I have friends that have been doing it since they can remember, and I was just always kind of tagged along, and my dad played, so I always wanted to be better than him, and this is a good way to do that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Trying to better yourselves through the game of basketball. What a lovely sport it is. You guys play in Niwot later this week. How are you feeling going into the tournament?
I'm excited. I think it'll be fun to get out there, get physical. It's been a while. We just had a break, so I'm excited to see how we play, and the team that we have is super fun, and I'm excited.
You guys are a relatively younger team, and so what sort, or how are the new players coming into the program gelling with some of the old guard here in the arena?
I think you can't really tell like who's new and who's old. Everyone gets along really well, and we all kind of just have fun and are competitive.
Oh, that's very exciting. You guys have a new coach this year. How is he feeling going into this new season?
I think that he's definitely a little nervous, but he's excited, and he cares about us and this team so much that he's going to do whatever he can to make it the most fun and just best experience that we all have.
Oh, absolutely. Going into the season, what are some of the main goals for your team? Do you have any sort of high aspirations, or sort of what's your main goals going into this coming season?
I think our biggest goals are just to have fun and really learn the true meaning of basketball and like more in it. We want to try to win league, push in there. We want to show everyone how strong we actually are.
Sort of going back to the seniors, you guys have a long road ahead of you, but do you have any aspirations of playing basketball outside of high school, wherever you guys go?
Definitely clubs or intramurals, but not at the college level.
I definitely think that playing like a club or intramural would be fun, but soccer is my main sport, so it'll probably be that instead.
Yeah.
So
That's fair. If you guys don't mind, I assume it is a very athletic valley. Do you guys play any other sports besides basketball in the summer/spring?
Yeah, definitely. All of us, I think, are multiple sport athletes here. Personally, I play volleyball, just finished that season, and I'm excited for soccer in the spring.
I also play volleyball. The season was a lot of fun, and I am also on soccer, as I said, so really looking forward to that too.
Yeah, I play lacrosse in the spring, which is good.
I play soccer in the spring as well.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited for your coming basketball season. I'm also very excited for your soccer season since I'm more of a soccer head myself. But it'll be a really good season for you guys coming up. I can't wait to see how far you guys get. Do you guys think you'll have any sort of major rivalry this season that you guys have experienced in the previous seasons?
Definitely Eagle Valley. I feel like
100% Eagle Valley.
Battle of the Valley.
Oh, absolutely. Eagle Valley is always an extraordinary game to come to. A lot of energy. They always bring out lots of fans up here, or we always bring lots of fans down there. So it's going to be a really exciting game. You guys are playing Niwot. Are you guys feeling nervous about playing some of these bigger sort of Front Valley teams?
I'm definitely a little nervous, but it's more because it's going to be our first games of the season, so I feel like that's more of it, but I don't know. I think it's going to be more fun, so.
Yeah. Basketball is a pretty big winter sport. How popular do you feel it is within the Battle Mountain High School arena? Do you think it's as big as, say, soccer here, or do you, or do you think, or even volleyball? It always brings out a huge crowd. Do you guys think you'll get a similar crowd out here for some of your games?
I mean, I'm hopeful that they definitely come out and support. Last year there was a lot of supporters. I remember lots of games with lots of crowds, super fun, super rowdy. So yeah, I think that the culture at Battle Mountain is very basketball.
Oh, it'll be really exciting this season, everyone. Please come out and support our local Battle Mountain Huskies basketball teams. It's going to be a great season out there. And ladies, thank you so much, and good luck this coming weekend at Niwot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's all the time that we have for this episode. If you have any story ideas, please email us at scoreboard@tv8vail.com. And as always, if you missed any of our previous content, go to thescoreboardnation.com. I'm Brett Ferraro, and thank you so much for watching this episode of The Scoreboard.